Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to the show. This is Tom Chesser, your host on Business Innovators Radio. And we are here today in Dallas, Texas, talking with our very special featured guest, Mr. and Mrs. Sharma. They are the king and the queen of real estate. You know, as real estate professionals and managing apartments, they are one of the most respected multifamily real estate professionals in the field of their expertise for what they have done in a very short period of time. This husband and wife team are elite residential real estate investors, and they have invested in properties all across the United States. Matter of fact, they have overall 5,800 units and 29 properties in Texas, Arizona, Florida, and Georgia. General partners, they have over 1,700 units, and as limited partners, they have over 4,000 units. They had 7 properties in the DFW area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but they have sold 3 of them. They went through actually the full cycle of the acquisition, the refinance, and the sales. Right now, they currently have 4 properties located in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and those are Sierra Vista Apartments in Dallas, Oak Meadows Apartments in Dallas, Oates Creek Apartments in Mesquite, and Terrace on the Parkway Apartments in Grand Prairie. We are here today, and I'm really excited to have him as my guest, but we are here today to talk about how these Dallas-based real estate professionals, managing partners, Mr. and Mrs. Sharma, are helping their multi-family apartment communities and local area hospitals during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, let's welcome to the show. But before we get started with some questions I have for them, I really would like for them to introduce themselves and talk about why they are so passionate about what they are doing. So welcome to the show.
Hey, Tom. Thank you for inviting us on the show. I am Sharma from 7 Seas Holding. Tom, we are honored to be on your Business Innovators Radio show.
Hi, I am Pratima Sharma, and thank you for inviting us to your show, Tom. We are, as you mentioned, real estate professionals with multifamily leadership experience in buying, asset management, refinancing, and selling. Our vision is to syndicate the properties and enjoy them as an investor. For that reason, we have built a very strong and diverse team. Our team consists of members including strong brokers, lenders, banks, attorneys, experienced property management company, and very supportive long-term key principals and passive investors. I would like to add that our focus is not just acquiring multifamily properties, rather building a residential community and improving and transforming the lives of others.
And Tom, and to add to that, acquiring and managing an apartment community is fun, challenging, and of course, it does come with some rewards. For us, the true reward is how we can improve the life of our residents and community. We are very passionate about providing our communities a better place to live, raise a family in a secure place where amenities for our residents and they feel happy and want to stay for a long time.
You know, it's amazing because not recently you invited me and my crew in there to visit you, and you gave us some tour of your apartment complexes. We were so excited to be there, and you treated us so like royalty. You really did. And to go and see the units and see the apartment complexes itself and how beautifully they are, how wonderful they are, and what you have done to improve and to make this thing feel like home was simply inviting to each and every one of us. So we wanted to say thank you, first of all, on behalf of our crew that you had us in there, and we had a great time. Thank you so much for that. It was really impressive. So, you know, based upon what you've already shared with us so far, it is really, really, really obvious. And what you've said, you know, about that you really do care about these residences, the employees, and your investors, you know. And my wife and I have drove down the road many times, and we look across and we see a lot of apartment complexes, and we wonder, you know, during this time of social distancing and being quarantined, what it really is like, you know, behind those walls for these people. that live there. How are they able to do that? We find it hard enough just in our own household to do some of the things that we're asked to do, but how is it that these people do that? So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, and one of the very impressive questions that everybody keeps asking me is, and what are some of the ways that you are helping your residences and the community during this critical time?
Tom, first of all, thank you. You are very welcome to our properties. We were glad that you were able to visit, and thank you again for your comments. Sure, we would love to talk about how we are assisting our residents and community. As you know, that apartment industry has been hit hard due to the pandemic since March of this year.
And some reasons why the apartment industry has been hit include the eviction moratorium to help the residents, but no rental assistance provided to the operators or owners. And another one is new loan requirements with high escrows. But for our properties and staff, we always plan ahead and have always kept operating expenses for rainy days. We have also gotten the PPP and some idle grants. We took early action as soon as COVID hit, and due to that, all of our properties are operating well. Our occupancy has been in the 90s. We have kept all of our staff intact throughout this time. And for our residents and residential communities, we have been working with our residents who have lost jobs to see how we can help them. We are guiding them on how to get rental assistance. We have provided a list of local organizations where our residents can get that help. Some are making masks for which we are paying them, and then we are donating those masks to local hospitals. To date, we have donated over 500 masks to Children's Hospital in Dallas, Children's Hospital in Plano, Parkland Hospital in Dallas, and currently we are working with Baylor Medical City of Plano. In addition, we have purchased over 1,400 rolls of toilet papers and 10,000 gloves to give to our residents across all our properties in this time of need. We are also working with local charities to provide free food several times a week to our residents and trying our best to help them during these unprecedented times.
I mean, we all take our hat off to you guys because you have been doing so much during this time with the hospitals, with your community, and being actively involved. Being on the front forward of all this is just amazing, and that's why I really wanted to have this interview with you guys, because I see how all this really has worked out and how you've been doing so much during this time. But, I want to point out something. Even before this pandemic even really happened, even before all this chaos began, you had always been very conscientious about your communities that you serve. You've improved the communities so that they're clean, they're safe, they're nice, they're pleasant for all your residents. I mean, we saw this firsthand, that your communities are just spotless, I should say. You've provided activities to improve their lives of the residents. You've created community with the residents, and for they find it extremely valuable to live and to stay at your property. That's something to be said right there and then about people that are doing something before all this happened. It's not what you're doing now. It's also what you did in the past. And you're already building these great residential communities. And I take my hat off for you guys for doing that. But I kind of want to give you not only the residents, but also you're providing that positive impact to your management staff. I met with your management staff. They were all happy and everybody was having a good time. We got around the pool. We walked around the complex. That really makes the residents want to come back and stay and renew their leases. And here are some of the ways that you've been giving back for your residents and your communities to provide that better living place. And I was really impressed when I read this about you guys, because this is before the pandemic. You run free after school and summer school programs. You have 35 kids, ranges from the ages of 3 to 14. You're providing kids with free meals already, swimming lessons, homework help. I mean, I have a 10-year-old grandson. I do his homework, but, you're helping these kids with their homework. You have bought computers and printers to aid with their homework. I mean, amazing. Back to school supply, you've done that distribution. I mean, that's what you're doing in your communities already. Your nutritional classes for your adult residences, soccer, competition. Now, we love soccer. Health screening program. And then above all and beyond that, you're having parties, I should say, all during the time of the year. You know, you have community parties at your place for Easter, summer cookout, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And I've seen you bring in the food, and I've seen you celebrate with your residents. So I got to really take my hat off and say thank you so much. That's amazing that you guys are that committed to your residents to make it a happy place to live. Now, one thing that I've been asking, and I did my homework on, was when you say you are residential real estate professionals, managing partners, what does that really mean? And I also heard that you are called asset managers, and that's another word that's been thrown out. What does that mean?
Yeah, Tom, that's a great question, Ron. First of all, thank you for running down all the list that we provide to our communities. We love doing that. Just like I say, we are passionate about what we do for our communities. Now, to be a real estate professional, a person must provide more than one half of his or her total personal services in real property trades and perform more than about 750 hours of services during the tax year. So real estate should be a core business for that person. For us, we are 100% in the multifamily real estate business. We are the founders of 7 Seals Holdings.
And for our properties and investments, Tom, the asset management means being involved at all facets of multifamily project. Not only watch over management company, work with management company, strategize leasing, set up operational goals, handle capital budgets, handle budgets and improvements, operating budgets, capital budgets. For our residents and residential communities, that means working with the YMCA and other organizations to provide valuable after-school activities to the children who are residents in our properties to raise community cohesion and keep residents staying longer and paying happily. And Tom, we provide free back-to-school supplies for any children in the community who need them at the start of each school year. We do this as we believe in educating the children, since they are the future of our society.
Tom, and to add to that, we care for the health of our residents, providing educational training on healthy living and working with local medical providers and hospital to crucial healthcare and screening to our community members. When it's appropriate, we also arrange for English as a second language classes for our residents to break down their communication barrier. That's just a very short list, and what we do.
And why do we do all this? Well, there's a sense of social responsibility for sure. We should all aspire to do good while we are doing well for ourselves. It is a win-win-win. And the win for 7 Cs is having happier residents who stay longer and who pay more reliably. There is a real, tangible benefit to a clear social good.
Now, with asset management, we also had to be prepared for unforeseen challenges such as city codes compliance, property taxes, city and fire inspections, natural causes like fire, hailstorm, flood, etc., as well as crime preventions on our property.
We also, Tom, ensure that our management staff is well taken care of, especially during these unprecedented times. We have not laid off any single employee, even though our apartment revenue has been impacted a bit or somewhat. And to make it better, we provide online rental applications and video tours to facilitate remote support to leasing prospects and keeping less physical interaction during these times.
And in addition, Tom, all our properties have surveillance cameras for the office staff and through other properties for our residents. So yes, there is a lot involved when it comes to an asset management.
Yeah, that is a big responsibility. One thing I noticed about you guys is your your relationship that you've had with the investors. You have investors that have invested into your property, and I can see by all the things that you just talked about why somebody would really want to invest in your property. So tell me a little bit more about your investors' activities.
Yeah, Tom, for our business, our investors are an integral part of our multifamily business. We have investors from all over the United States. We provide investor services, investor relations. We provide them legal documents when we are offering a new deal. We provide on a monthly basis, monthly reports. We have profit distribution that goes out to quarterly basis. We have yearly investors meeting. And also at the year end, we provide tax documents like K1s. We also provide one of the best returns on the investments and extend care of our properties.
We acquire properties, Tom, that we like and always have our skin in the game. This is very important. We invest in our own property. Our real estate transactions have been in multi-million dollars, amounting to over $112 million. And the payouts, the cash payouts, have also been in multi-million dollars, amounting to over $20 million over the last 6 to 7 years only. We have financing experience with nationwide lenders such as Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, as well as local banks. We strive on producing quality work, possessing great communication skills. We know how to deal with difficult people and situations. We have very good knowledge to confidently command the technologies and tools. And on top of that, we always study the market and financials at all times and stay very attentive to detail. We have built a very strong team, a diverse team. As mentioned earlier, our team consists of members including brokers, lenders, banks, attorneys, property management company, key principals, passive investors, and more.
That's amazing because I know people that have actually invested with you guys, and they're extremely, extremely satisfied, happy as can be that the return of what you guys are doing is paying off for them. And the other question I had, if I can't become an investor, which now you've already kind of almost convinced me to become one, but if I can't become an investor, what other ways can people get involved?
Sure. Investors can get involved in multiple ways. They can help with due diligence inspections during property acquisitions, help run some of these community activities with us, and if they can't be physically present at the property, they can provide donations activities. There are many things along the way that our investors can help throughout our ownership of the properties.
It's amazing what you guys have accomplished in a short period of time. I mean, your backgrounds are really in the IT industry, and I kind of read up a little bit on that. But, I really wanted to say thank you very, very much for being my guest today. And I know we'll be having more times to sit down with you and have other radio interviews to go into other things that you are doing. But, one thing that's really important to me is to see people like yourself, that are giving back, that are caring, that are aspiring to do better. I mean, that's part of what we do is to inspire, connect, transform, and impact the lives of the people that we come in contact every day, to make it better for each and every one of us. So that was really the heartthrob of me getting you on this show and showing people how strong you care and how passionate you are, getting the opportunity to come out to your property, have a good time, walk through the units. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. You have done so many things to make this a place that anybody would want to live in. I mean, you've not just made this a community for these people, you made this a home for these people. All the activities that you're doing right now to ensure the safety of all the residents is so impressive. Also, the things that you've done, that you already did before all this happened, I can't begin to imagine how much fun it would be to live where you guys are, But that has taken a true passion and a true heart and a true set of caring skills that a lot of property owners don't have, or they don't do. So, I really want to take my hat off. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this opportunity to spend this time with you today. and to learn more and more about what you're doing and the locations. So once again, thank you today for being my guest. But before I end this show, I do want to give my audience the opportunity to reach out and get in contact with you. I want to give them the opportunity to visit your properties. I want to let them see all about 7 Cs and what you guys are doing as far as real estate investors. So can you give us the ways that they can contact you?
Yeah, thank you, Tom. We are so grateful for your appreciative words, and we really loved having you and your team at our properties. It was awesome. Yes, the investors certainly can reach us via email. Our email is 7Cs. You spell out the number 7, SEVENSEAS, at 7CsHLD, that is short for holding.com. So once again, it is 7Cs at 7CsHLD.com. And they can also visit our website, www.7CsHLD.com. And Tom, they're welcome to come visit our properties. We have, as you mentioned earlier, Oates Creek in Mesquite, Woodmeadow in Dallas, Vista in Dallas, and our latest property is in Prairie, Terraces on the Parkway.
Yeah, Tom, okay, let's go over that again because give me the addresses. Let's start over. 7 Sierra Vista Apartments is located where?
In Dallas.
Right, 2775 Northaven Road, right?
That is correct. And
then Woodmeadow is, I think I have it, 11050 Woodmeadow Parkway, is that correct, in Dallas?
Yes, it's
yeah, I got that. That's one of the ones I really enjoyed looking at. And then Oates Creek, right? Go ahead.
Yes, it's 1805 Oates Drive, Mesquite, Texas. And the latest one is Terraces on the Parkway, 1109 North Carrier Parkway, Prairie, Texas.
Yeah, and I am really looking forward. We got to make a visit to you there, and like I said, that was so much fun. Take some great pictures of the apartment complex. And I know here soon we're going to be able to do a 360 tour of the apartments you guys are going to send us, and a whole bunch of other things. And it was an exciting event for a day to come out and visit with you guys. And all my team wanted to just applaud you for your hospitality. I mean, you treated us like kings and queens, and you are the king and the queen of real estate and multifamily properties. And I thank you so much for treating us. And every time I end the show, I want to say just thank you again, listeners, for being here today. And I always want to end the show by talking about how all of us working together, working can make a difference in our city and in the lives of the people that live and work here every day. It's just a matter of how much do we want to work together. And I can see right now, based upon this example that we showed you today, we're all working together for the good of others. So once again, thank you, my friends, for being on my show. I will look forward to hearing from you again very, very soon. We want to have you back. Will you be coming back with us?
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
Open invitation. Just we'll open up the doors and say, come on in. And so for today, we want to say thank you, and that is all for our show today that we have time for. So y'all keep it safe, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.